Hey ladies, as you know, Too Faced just released their semi-sweet chocolate bar palette this week on Sephora.com. Originally, I read that this would be an early release for Sephora's VIB and VIB Rouge customers, and then would be released in the stores on December 15th. And then I read that it was exclusive to Sephora, but it wasn't going to be released in stores or in any other beauty retailers. So I'm not sure which is true. I wanted to put up this quick first impressions for you, compare it to the original chocolate bar palette, and then if it does come out on the 15th, you guys can decide for yourselves whether or not you want to go get it or if you just want to get the original one. Okay, on to the palette. So this is the original chocolate palette, and then here is the semi-sweet chocolate palette, chocolate bar palette. They're very similar in the style, in the material. The one big difference you will notice is that in the original palettes, the chocolate bar is a little bit thicker, but for me, mine seem to be pretty much the same size. I do know that some of the original chocolate bar palettes were a lot thicker. And then the other thing that's a big difference is that on the inside of the palettes, so you will see that the names are actually printed in the palette, whereas the names are on this plastic sheet here for the original palette. So that was one big improvement, along with the size of the actual palette itself. They do close on a magnet, so just open if they're upside down, which is a good thing and a plus. So it also comes with a mirror, which makes this a good palette to have if you want to travel and don't want to take a lot of shadows. You could actually just pack this one and then you'd be good to go. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking, all right, enough about the packaging already. Let's get to the shadows. Licorice, coconut cream, nougat, truffled, hot chocolate, cocoa chili, pink sugar, pudding, blueberry swirl, peanut butter, frosting, rum raisin, mousse, caramel, bonbon, butter pecan. Licorice is a matte black. Cocoa chili is a matte brown, but it has some gold shimmers in it. And rum raisin is a frost, like a satiny color. Coconut cream is a highlighter shade. It's matte. On me, it was kind of hard for it to come up, so I had to do a couple of swipes for that to even show. And then pink sugar is really just a sheer iridescent pink glitter. And then mousse here, this last one, is a real soft neutral brown. And then the next two are Pudding and Caramel. Pudding is a more taupey brown. Caramel is definitely a shimmer frosted gold. The next three we have are Nougat, Blueberry Swirl, and Bonbon. This is truffle, peanut butter, hot fudge, and frosting. Shimmery brown. And then last but not least, butter pecan, which is a shimmer highlight. Reminds me of the color Shroom from MAC. So here they are again. Licorice, cocoa chili, rum raisin, coconut cream, pink sugar, mousse, pudding, caramel, nougat, blueberry swirl, bonbon, truffled, peanut butter, hot fudge, frosting, and butter pecan. So the shadows in the actual semi-sweet palette are creamier. Both shadows do come with 14 shadows and then 2 highlighters, a total of 16 shades. The original chocolate bar has 6 shimmers, 3 matte shades that have some type of glitter or a shimmer to them, and then 7 mattes. In the semi-sweet, there are 8 shimmers, 2 mattes that have some type of glitter or a shimmer, and then 7 mattes. So after I swatched everything, so after swatching the shadows, there were a few that disappeared on me. So after I swatched the shadows on my arm and played with them, there were a few that disappeared on me. The coconut cream, where is it? Mousse and nougat, they all kind of just washed out on my skin tone, and I'm like an NC45 in MAC, so that'll give you a range of what colors I thought did not do as well for me. Actually, right now I am wearing peanut butter, the blueberry swirl, and cocoa chili on my eyes. And then I think every YouTuber is going to tell you, if you watch many videos on this palette, every YouTuber is going to tell you, if you watch many every YouTuber, I think every YouTuber is going to tell you that the one shade, if you watch a lot of videos on this palette, I think every YouTuber is going to tell you the one shade that did not perform well, was a disappointment, and not really sure where Too Faced was going with the color. And that's actually this pink sugar, which it's kind of washed out for me, but I'll swatch it for you. In the pan, it is this soft baby pink that has like an iridescence to it, but then on your finger you just get like this highlighted effect. It doesn't really do anything. You actually just kind of get these, and you can't even see it. That's like the perfect example of it. There are these shimmers that appear. So for me, it's not even a good shadow. I mean, the most I could do is like if I use all matte shadows, apply it over the top to give it some type of sheen, but it's a big waste. Now my favorites in this palette are peanut butter, cocoa chili, and then butter pecan, which is actually a highlight. So do you really need both? And which one do I think is better? Well, if you're looking for a neutral palette, then yes, I'd suggest getting it. If you already have this one and you don't use it that much, I would tell you not to get this one because you probably wouldn't use it either. Now, if you have this one, but you really like the blueberry swirl color, I would tell you that you could actually pass on this palette and just go to your local CVS. Milani has a blue shadow that's pretty similar to this color that is like $6.99, so it's a lot cheaper and you could save your money. But the palettes are so different that if you love neutral colors, I would suggest you could get both of them. One of the big differences between the two is that the semi-sweet actually comes with a black shade, which is called Licorice. It's a matte black. And then the regular chocolate bar does not come with a black. It comes with a very dark brown. And then the other differences between the two shadows is that these shadows are actually a lot creamier when applying them. I noticed that when I did my swatches, the shadows in the original chocolate bar were really chalky. Now, I didn't have this palette before this one was launched. I was actually thinking about getting this palette, and I saw on Instagram that they were going to release this, so I ordered these at the same time, which for me made it easier to give you this review and tell you which one I thought was better. I actually tried them out at the same time over the past 2 days before I recorded this video for you guys. So if I had to choose whether to get this palette or this palette, originally I thought I would go ahead and just get this palette because I love a lot of the colors in here. As you saw in my swatches, there were just too many colors here that disappeared on me. So originally I was thinking I would just get this palette, but actually after putting on this combination today, I think I would recommend that you go with the semi-sweet. This is the one I would choose. But if I had my way, because I already have both so I don't have to choose, I would love to be able to pick and choose my top favorites out of both palettes and then combine that into an ultimate like Willy Wonka palette. I hope this video was helpful. I tried to give you all the information I had on it and my first impressions on it. Like I said, both palettes are good neutral palettes. If they don't release this in the stores, this is a good palette to pick up. So don't feel left out if they don't release this in the store. But if you can get your hands on it and you love neutral colors, they have some great colors in here that do not appear in here. So they will be good to play with. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how I got this look, thumbs up this video and I'll see if I can get that uploaded for you guys. Thanks for watching.